Karahala, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Brakatayawa Shai. I'd like to give double honors to the elders apostles of the Great Millstone that teach this truth. And the title of this lesson is going to be that piece to the puzzle. Basically, trying to say that, we're that one piece of the puzzle that sometimes just seems to not fit. You have that box as a child, you try to put the puzzle together, and maybe you lost a piece, you got to mix up another box, and you go put everything together, you start to see the picture come together. But that one piece doesn't fit. So you realize that that piece doesn't go with that puzzle box. And that's the same way we are in this world, man. Us being in this truth that's been woken up into this truth, man. We know that we really don't fit with what's going on in the world, we don't do the things that we once did, but once you've woken up, man, you realize you never really fit from the get-go. And I can attest to that, going all the way back to being a child, man. I was pretty athletic coming up, pretty good in a lot of the sports, pretty fast, strong, and whatnot. So it kind of popularized me in a sense. But as far as other things, man, I didn't seem to kind of fit in, And that could have been from certain things, maybe in my upbringing or whatever, but I just noticed I didn't fit in with the things of society. Like cats want to, say, maybe after football practice or, playing sports, we go and get cleaned up, we want to go to the mall, guys in the neighborhood want to go to the mall and hang out and shit like that. But I was never that type of a crowd person for one, and I just always did things differently. And I always had a spiritual sense about me, even from my early, childhood. And I'm not to say that I was always, I was a perfect child, but certain things, that just kind of set me different from other people. And, Lord will that I am the elect, one of the elect. And I'm quite sure other brothers that's in this truth, maybe growing up, maybe you found ways that you didn't really fit in with the ways of this world, And that's before I even came into the truth. So now, more so that I am in the truth, now I understand why I didn't fit in like those pieces, man. I didn't fit perfectly, And, I thank Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah for that. Well, singling me out and making me something different, and I'm quite sure other brothers in this truth, maybe they might have similar stories, But we don't fit into the ways of this world, man. Same way with the Yahweh Shah, when he came on the scene, he came in to blow up the whole spot, because everything that he was doing was going against his father, what he prescribed for our people to do, and Yahweh Shah was calling it out. And so we want to follow after the ways of big brother Yahweh Shah, man, and follow his ways. That way we can seek redemption and to be delivered and salvation up out of here. So let me hit Ephesians chapter 1, verse 4. For according as he hath chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love, having predestinated, spectacles on, having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by Yahweh Shah, the Mashiach, to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will. So we was, the Lord's chosen elect was chosen all the way from the beginning. If we are the elect, we were chosen from the beginning. And I remember, as a child, I remember having an incident when I was a newborn baby, fresh newborn baby, and my parents, my mother, the family would go out there, we go crabbing out there in the off the pier in the ocean. And then like I said, I was a newborn baby, never walked, wasn't walking, and never even crawled. I was to the point where, where I wasn't even crawling. And my mother had me, I guess, in a little bassinet out there, whatever. And then they heard a splash, and they come to find out, it was me. I either crawled out of the thing, or either one of my cousins threw me in there. And it's talking deep water now, where ships and, all type of big vessels, cargo vessels and all that come through. And nobody on the pier that day knew how to swim, but only my grandmother. She wasn't way up in age, but she, she was kind of up in age a little bit. But I floated all the way up under the pier, and people couldn't see me because you got to think about this ocean water up there, especially up north. It's not like the water down in Florida or in Miami where it's like pool water. The water up there is kind of like gray, dark looking and brownish, and they couldn't see me, but I did have my Pampers, and I floated all the way up under the pier, a certain amount of the time. But one thing, about a newborn baby, they were born in the mother's stomach. Well, in the mother's stomach, they in nothing but fluid, in the fluid sac. And so before we born, that's why the sac bursts, and then we come out and take our first breath. Well, by me being that young of a child, I guess I was able to hold my breath for that long period of time, being in the fluid sac, being in the mother's stomach. And my grandmother was able to jump in when they finally spotted me, and were able to drag me or pull me, swim me back to shore. And they, at the time, press and all that stuff, trying to get involved and say, like it's a miracle that I didn't get washed out to sea and all those things. But I'm quite sure other brothers in this truth probably have certain stories, and a lot of people, have stories, where they found themselves in miraculous decisions, but that it was the hand of the Lord that be on you to protect you in those times, man. And Lord will, He can guide us and through this walk all the way to the end, when we do either check out of here or we deliver them out of here. However the Lord, see fit for it to be. But I just say all that to say, man, that we those of us in this truth, man, we don't fit in with the ways of this world. We're not of this world. So, we might have stories that, miraculously, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai has delivered us, And going to St. John's chapter 17, verse 14, I have given them thy word, and the world hath hated them, because they are not of this world, even as I am not of the world. I pray not that thou shouldest take them out of the world, but that thou shouldest keep them from the evil. They are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. Sanctify them, though thy truth, thy word is truth. As thou hast sent me into the world, even so I have also sent them into the world. So, Lord said, don't take us out of this situation, man. He wants to keep us in here, but he's going to protect us from evil, from those who come against us, man. As long as we call on the name of the Lord, do as we're supposed to do, So we're not of this world, so we don't fit in, A lot of times, you pretty much you stand out, especially in this day and time, man, with so much iniquity and wickedness that's abound, man. You really want to stand out, man. That's what we're talking about when you have that shine on you. Going to St. John chapter 15, verse 18, and read on down through 20. If the world hates you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If ye were of the world would have loved his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. So Yahushua came down here, our people turned on him, they persecuted him. The same thing is going to be with his prophets, man, because we have the spirit of Yahushua that's on us. And we agitate the people of this world, man. Just them even being around in our presence, man, the wicked ones of this world, man. We agitate them, man. They can feel a certain vibe or thing that come off us because, you have this truth on you and it shows on you. 2 Corinthians, this will be my last precept, 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 4. In whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Hamashiach, who is the image of God, Yahweh, should shine unto them. So the gospel of Yahushua, who is the image of Yahushua, should shine unto them. So that's that shine that's on us, man. We stand out amongst our peers in this world, man. And Lord be able to keep that shine and keep that truth that's on us, man, always to be able to endure to the end. Because a lot of brothers that came into this truth, you know, they're no longer in this truth. You know, they fell out, they went back into the world again. So it wasn't, they weren't predestined to be the Lord's elect to finish this thing out. They just had this, they served their purpose to hold the word up for a minute, and then they were out, you know, so that the Lord elect would come and gather up this truth to keep that flame lit until Yahushua comes back, man, and bring redemption and justice on the planet. And you know, right now, one thing that's hitting the news right now, Elon Musk with the Neuralink. I guess he successfully completed one of his trials where he had success. So, you know, and when you go into Revelation 13, it talks about the MOTB, the charagma. So it's going to either be in your hand or in your head. So everything is lining up perfectly with prophecy. So we know that we're in the end times, man. And Lord will, like I said, we don't get pulled out of this truth, especially in the last minute. So we have to stay diligent, man. Constantly day in and out, man. Researching, looking, reading His Word, meditating, calling on the name of the Lord, fasting and prayer, giving our alms, doing all the things that the Lord has required of us to do, man. Observing His high holy days, His Sabbaths, you know, everything to the best of our ability, man, because we know the times that we're in. And so with that being said, man, all praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. I pray this lesson was edifying with that. Say shalom.